A body was found near the City National Bank in southern Lexington. The Fayette County coroner has now identified him as 64-year-old Ricky Williams.
WKYT's Jessica Umbro talked with people who live in the area about this troubling discovery in their own backyards. It's our top story at 4.
Sunday afternoon, officers arrived to a pond just off of Walden Drive and found a body in the shallow waters. It's a pretty highly trafficked area with a bank, library, and neighborhood nearby. It's a find that's causing concern for those in the area.
It's obvious when you can actually see it and there's shootings down the street and you hear everything going on, but now you don't hear anything and then you still hear there's news going on.
Eric Duncan says he lives near the creek where 64-year-old Ricky L. Williams was found Sunday afternoon. Duncan says as a father, he is concerned about gruesome discoveries like this happening so close to home.
I got little girls that run around here and I have older boys and one of them's looking for freedom, so it doesn't make me want to give it to him.
Fellow community member Daniel Shirey says there is not much foot traffic around the pond where Williams was found.
It's unfortunate that the few patches of nature that we have around here is just in such a state that not a lot of people want to be there.
He says while the investigation continues and more details are determined, he hopes that people check in on one another more to keep everyone in the community safe and accounted for.
I think just closer-knit community bonds, if that is somebody that's been missing for a while, whether people could have been rallied or just on the lookout.
The stretch of Walden Drive was closed down while crews were on the scene, and the investigation is ongoing. In Lexington, Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
The Fayette County coroner says the cause of death is still under investigation pending a toxicology and final autopsy report.